Hi guys, it's David James from Business Growth Digital Marketing, and in this video I want to talk about whether or not you should be using PR newswires as a part of your SEO strategy. Now, back in the day, so when I was really starting to get involved in SEO, back in about 2007, 2008, PR newswires were a great thing to be using because you could upload a press release and then you could syndicate it on their site, and then they would share it with thousands of journalists who could potentially pick up your story. But the problem with it is that when it publishes the press release, it publishes it with your link, and originally that was good, but it became a spammy practice. So over time there were just aggregator sites and different sites that would just pick up the press release that would have the links, and then the links would appear on irrelevant sites. So sites like PR Web, which were really good to use, and another one which is PR Newswire, like these were the go-to sites back in the day. And the promise of potentially getting your links on 20 to 100 or even thousands of sites overnight, it was irresistible for SEOs. And there were people who saw good results with it. But back when Penguin started to get rolled out, Google started to crack down on these types of links. So it wasn't really a good strategy over the long term. It did work. Is it something that can still work? It can potentially work if it gets picked up by the right journalist, but I wouldn't use it in my campaign. Would I recommend using this in today's campaign? I would only consider using it if I targeted it for a specific audience. But in all honesty, I think it would be better to reach out to the journalists and to try to establish a relationship with them. So for example, if you want to get in touch with a journalist on Yahoo Sports or on the Huffington Post, the chances of them picking up a story from PR Newswire or the other newswire sites is quite low, simply because they receive loads of emails a day. The other thing is that the actual press release, it really needs to be newsworthy. Otherwise, you're not going to have a chance of actually getting people reading the press release, let alone writing a story about it. Journalists want to share a story. So if you're writing it for your own self-promotion, it's not really going to work. So are you going to promote something that, such as your business doing something for charity, or is it something for human interest? Will your business be making an announcement such as a 5-year anniversary or the new hire of somebody that's in your company? Are you guys going to be releasing financial reports that can potentially impact the industry? Or will you be hosting an event? Whatever it is, it needs to be a story. You need to give the journalist a story. And from that story mold, they will be able to at least consider your idea and then potentially write about you. If you want to go down the PR Newswire route or the PR Web route, do it at your own risk. But for me, I personally wouldn't use it. I'm just going to dive in and have a look at the pricing. So here you can see the sales pitch where they talk about how you can increase your website traffic, get yourself found, get found in more places. And all of this is true as long as your site doesn't get penalized. But is it something that I would actually consider at the risk of actually getting my site penalized? Not in this case. I would go for a more targeted approach rather than trying to do an automated blast, which will increase the likelihood of the site getting penalized. So here's a few of the prices. So you can see that it starts from $99 per press release, and it goes up to $369 for a press release. It's actually more worthwhile to create your press release and to reach out to a targeted type of media, whether that's a blog, web magazine, web newspaper, but target the right audience. You'll have a better chance of reaching out to the right journalist who will publish your story. So here you can see a breakdown of the actual prices for the press release service. But as I said, I personally think it would be better to go for a more targeted approach that will minimize the risk of your site getting penalized, and you will actually be able to get better results. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you did like the video, hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.